Zandvoort isn't just a racetrack this weekend, it's a battlefield in disguise. The Dutch Grand Prix is shaping up to be a wild, weather-soaked chaos fest where the bravest drivers might not be the ones pushing hardest, but the ones who simply survive. Right now, it's not just about speed, it's about instinct, timing, and knowing when to go all in or back off before the storm swallows you whole. The spotlight is white hot on Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, two McLaren teammates locked in a dogfight for the title. Just 9 points separate them, but the energy around them couldn't be more different. Piastri's calm, cool, and methodical. He plays the long game. He knows how to manage pressure, avoid drama, and strike when the time is right. But Norris? He's a storm on his own. The guy came out of the summer break on fire, winning 3 of the last 4 races. And he's not here to play wingman anymore. He's here to snatch the championship. You can feel the tension every time they step into the garage. That friendship on pause, at least until someone walks away with the bigger trophy. And while these two are battling for supremacy, just behind them lurks Max Verstappen. Normally, Verstappen at Zandvoort would be the headline. Home race. Orange smoke, deafening chants. But this time it's different. He's trailing by almost 100 points. That's not a gap, it's a canyon. For once, the pressure isn't on him to dominate. And maybe that's more dangerous than ever, because when expectations are low, Verstappen tends to flip the script. Tom Coronel, former racer turned pundit, put it bluntly. P3 is probably the best he can hope for. But then again, how many times have we seen Max pull off the impossible when everyone already counted him out? And don't sleep on the track itself. Zandvoort is a beast. Tight corners, steep banking, coastal winds, and sand everywhere. Now add in the forecast, rain, more rain, and then gusts of wind strong enough to ruin a perfect lap. This isn't a race, it's a trap. One wrong break point, one slick patch, and it's race over. And here's the thing, these conditions don't just test the car, they test the driver's soul. Behind the main title chase, the constructors' battle is turning savage. Mercedes and Ferrari are clawing at each other for P2. George Russell gave Mercedes a shot of life with a slick podium in Hungary, showing he's still got the grit to drag that W16 up the order when it counts. But Zandvoort hasn't exactly been his playground. On the flip side, Charles Leclerc feels like a volcano about to erupt. He could have won in Hungary if the car didn't fail him. He grabbed a podium here last year, and if chaos hits, he's got that dark horse vibe. The kind of guy who steals a win while everyone else is spinning out. Lower down, it's all about desperation. Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon left Hungary empty-handed, but Albon has a history of surprising everyone here. If Williams can hook up the setup and the rain hits at just the right moment, they might leapfrog some heavyweights. Meanwhile, Aston Martin, Sauber, Alpine, they're all lurking, waiting, hoping the rain turns everything upside down. Because Zandvoort in the wet doesn't just shuffle the order, it completely rewrites it. And for some drivers, that might be the only shot they have left. Lewis Hamilton's story heading into Zandvoort feels heavier than usual. It's not just about lap times or tire choices anymore, it's personal. After a brutal result in Budapest, where he slammed himself for being useless and failed to even make Q3, questions swirled. Was the fire still there? Would he come back swinging, or was this the beginning of the end? But Hamilton's not the type to fold. He's been through worse and come out sharper. Zandvoort has treated him well in the past. Second in 2021, nearly a win in 2022 if not for a badly timed safety car. The track has history with him, and maybe that matters more than we think. If the skies open up and things get slippery, don't be surprised if Hamilton pulls out a masterclass while others flounder. But it's not just about the legends, the grid is packed with drivers teetering on the edge of career-defining moments. Take Yuki Tsunoda. The guy's got raw talent, sure, but talent doesn't buy you another season. With every race, the clock ticks louder. Zandvoort might be one of his final chances to prove he's not just a flash of speed, but someone who belongs. He needs points, plain and simple. Something real, something that shows teams he's worth a seat in 2026. The rain could be his wild card, but it could also expose the crack. It's make or break now. Then there's Kimi Antonelli, the rookie who turned heads with a gutsy drive in Budapest, snagging his first point in F1. That single point meant more than just a number, it was a door cracking open. But 1 point doesn't guarantee momentum. Now he's back at Zandvoort, the place where he once won a regional title in the lower formulas. The layout is familiar, the memories are strong, but F1 is a different beast. If he can string together another smart, clean weekend, maybe, just maybe, he builds something real. Otherwise, he's just another could-been. Everywhere you look, the midfield is a powder keg. 1 second you're P7 and flying, the next you're kissing the barriers and praying the marshals get there fast. Williams has the tiniest edge over Aston Martin in the constructors, but that lead's thinner than a tire blister. If Albon finds that Zandvoort magic again, they might stretch the gap. If not, Aston's double points finish in Hungary could be the start of something nasty. Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso have shown flashes, and if the conditions turn freakish, Alonso's experience could pay off big. Gabriel Bortoleto is another wild card. The Sauber driver shocked everyone with a career-best P6 in Hungary, the kind of result that makes people look twice. But lightning rarely strikes twice, and Zandvoort in the wet is not friendly to surprise packages. If he pulls it off again, he becomes a serious midfield player. If not, he fades back into the blur of that one race drivers. And then there's Alpine, barely hanging on. Their car's been more boat than bullet this season, and morale is running on fumes. Franco Colapinto is the only driver on the grid with 0 points in 2025. It's brutal. The longer that number stays at 0, the harder it becomes to keep showing up with your head held high. Zandvoort might be his last chance to prove he can hang in this league. If he can't grab something, anything, he could be watching next season from the sidelines. Race control might have the flags, but Zandvoort has the final say. When the lights go out this weekend, it won't just be about who's quickest. It'll be about who survives the storm. And that storm isn't just rain or wind, it's the pressure. The kind that turns title dreams into shattered carbon fiber and championship hopes into what-ifs. All eyes will be on the front, where Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris are circling each other like sharks in shallow water. No more summer break smiles, this is war now. And there's no team orders when 9 points separate glory from heartbreak. Piastri plays the Iceman role to perfection, but even ice melts under the wrong conditions. Norris, on the other hand, has tasted blood. He's chasing more than points. He's chasing legacy. If either of them blinks, the other will pounce, no mercy. But there's one more predator lurking. Max Verstappen. His home soil, his people, his chaos. The numbers say he's out of the fight, that the title's already drifted too far. But Verstappen doesn't run on numbers. He runs on spite, fire, and the kind of driving that makes you question physics. The Dutch crowd will fill the stands, drowning the coast in a sea of orange. And if the rain falls just right, if the strategies implode and grip vanishes, he might just find a way to rise again. Maybe not for the title, but for pride. And Max Verstappen, with nothing to lose, might be the most dangerous version of all. Further back, the chessboard gets even messier. Mercedes wants to claw back into the picture, and George Russell looks like their best bet. Zandvoort doesn't suit him perfectly, but the W16 has shown signs of waking up, especially when the temperature drops. If things go sideways up front, he could sneak into the spotlight. And Hamilton? If the car finally gives him a platform, don't be surprised if he throws it down and reminds everyone what a 7-time champion can do when the chips are down. Ferrari's the wild card, as always. Charles Leclerc has been biting his tongue all year, watching races slip through his fingers, but at Zandvoort, he's shown pace. He was third last year, and if the frontrunners lose their grip, literally, he could snatch a win with surgical timing. Sainz, too, is hungry. Both drivers know the time for patience is over. Ferrari's engine might not be perfect, but their desperation is peaking. That's dangerous. Then you've got the true chaos agents, the midfielders with everything to gain and nothing to lose. Alex Albon thrives in disorder. Give him one good setup, one perfect pit call, and he'll punch far above his weight. Aston Martin's momentum is rising again after Hungary, and Fernando Alonso isn't just racing, he's plotting. If the field gets jumbled, he might outsmart them all. And finally, the trap. Zandvoort is built like a trap. Tight walls, limited grip, no forgiveness. Add rain and it becomes a roulette wheel. One wrong tire choice, one mistimed safety car, one brake tap too late, and it's over. That's the real thrill, not just who wins, but who doesn't fall. This isn't just another Grand Prix. It's a test of courage, composure, instinct, and raw luck. When it's all over, we might not remember who led the most laps or who had pole. We'll remember who stayed calm when the race turned into chaos. Who found speed when the track was undrivable? Who stood tall when others spun out? Because in Zandvoort, with rain falling and pressure rising, the real champions aren't always the ones on the podium. They're the ones still standing.